G'day Space Engineers and welcome back to episode 15 of my survival series. What are we looking at? What have I done? I'm going to be implementing, testing out the new signal update, which is why it's been such a big gap between episodes. Plus, I have no idea what more I can show you in terms of a drone apart from my new cruise control I have just recently added. So the ultimate goal for today is to try and explain this as easy as I possibly can, because there is a bit of a flight time between here and its ultimate destination, the space drone flight test, aka where my uranium would be found. A lot of things have changed. I've got sensors set up, I've got pistons on the door that'll automatically open once everything's been triggered and all that sorts of stuff. So to simplify this drone and its new cruise control setting, it now has and uses the combination of the new AI basic block. The AI recorder block, not the AI basic. What am I talking about, Sharpie? And the remote control. So both of those AI and this remote control are now installed and running on this drone. I'm going to explain as much as I can on how things kind of work, and we're going to get stuck into the new signal update as well. So I'm just going to trigger that one up like we did with the rest of them. It gets into the sensor range, opens the door, exits out of it, closes the door automatically. Right there, it was using the AI recorder block, and right here is when it finishes and switches over to its remote block itself for the cruise function. The reason why I've got it to go on the remote block instead of the AI functionality to go towards its destination is for the fact the remote block will actually more accurately hit that GPS from a further distance. And as you see, it's not fighting up and down, left or right, or anything like that once I've turned the group of these front thrusters off. So it doesn't constantly fight itself in speed wise, and it will actually get there without using the majority of any fuel whatsoever. That's the whole reason why I did this. So it's going to use the remote block only for the cruise control between the base there and the actual drill platform or whatever it may be per se. We're on our way to uranium, which is the very first time in this season we've actually got that, and super excited for the fact that we may need to get some silver and platinum and all that sorts of stuff for superconductors, so we can go ahead and build some reactors and things like that. So we're currently on the cruise to drill, and it's just going to hit that space drone flight test. Once it hits that one, it actually triggers or starts this timer block. I'll just find right now, where are you? Cruise dock to drill. It's that's the timer block right here. It'll start this for it to trigger once it's hit that GPS in front of that uranium deposit. It turns off the autopilot and just switches on the AI recorder block for the fact that I have a beacon on the bottom of the base right there, and it's within range of that. So this drone knows exactly where it needs to be orientated to then dock onto the connector. So I'm going to do a very quick jump to show you exactly what it does and then continue on from there. So cue the time skip or the time lapse, whatever it is. So just before we get to the next GPS to continue on, I've got the front thrusters on this drone to be turned off once the drone actually gets to a certain speed. And I've set it to 98. Once it gets to that, it'll actually turn those thrusters off. Once it gets to here, it is obviously turning and slowing itself down, and it will be under that 98. So these front thrusters should automatically turn back on, allowing it to go to its desired GPS right there. So we should still be on the remote control ever so temporarily. No, it has actually triggered it because it hit that GPS quite accurately. It's now on the AI remote control, and let's see if I can quickly turn that on and see if it'll do it for me. It'll hit one waypoint just there. one right above the connector and one on the connector to dock. And the reason why it is able to know where that connector is and if the drone itself is up or down or whatever it may be is because it has a reference beacon that's on the top of our base right there, the space platform. What this drone is now waiting for is for the uranium itself. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to trigger this drilling platform up really quickly. Let's see if I can get this onto, say, 1 or something. I might need to get it on -1, to be honest, as I take a screenshot. Let's get the drills to on, and I need to get the piston itself to reverse. And that should now be drilling out all the stuff we need. And I shouldn't have, whoa, too much to do on this for the fact that it's looking at the small cargo container, this one right here. And what this event controller is looking at is that once that cargo container gets to 95% or above, it's going to turn all the drills, all the pistons, all of that sorts of things off, just in a pause functionality, so it doesn't waste any actual resources. As you can see there, it's flicking on and off for the fact that the drone itself is also draining this cargo container itself. So I need to get a little bit of a mod, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to in creative mode on with survival. It's survival mode, but with creative mode tools on. I'm going to tell this to get rid of any and all stone. Add that one, whitelist, and drain all. So now that thing there is going to delete any and all stone from this grid. Oh, there goes the drone because it got to 100% capacity. And right there, it just triggered the RTB to go back home. What I may want to do, and what I will be doing in this episode as well, is to test out the new signal. So if I need uranium, instead of this drone taking that whole time it took to get where it is, I can trigger it out. It'll wait on the drilling platform, waiting for me to push a button on my space base to trigger that exact RTB timer to return it back to base, in saving a lot of time. So really good timing at the same time. That gremlin is going to be pretty close and may get between us and it at 2 kilometers radius. So it may get within 2 kilometers of us right now, and it may trigger on us. There's no guns or anything like that you can see of on this drone. And the reason for that cruise control is instead of it trying to flee back to base like it would on the planet, if you're not familiar with this season already, please make sure you go and check it out, as there's a lot of things you can learn about drones, automation, mainly in vanilla gameplay with a slight twist. So the reason why I've got the cruise control at the same time to save fuel and for it to continue and power on through any enemies that may get within its vicinity is for the fact that if it were to try and turn around to return where it came from, it will slow down, allowing that enemy to get closer and closer to destroy it. I'd rather it trigger nothing and just continue powering on through, as I've found that to be the safest method. Let me know your comments or thoughts in the description below, or in the comment section below. Don't know why I say that all the time, on what you think of that defense mechanism. Instead of weight and guns and ammo and all that sorts of stuff, which this drone automatically takes ammo from your base and dumps it into wherever it's like drilling platform or wherever it's set to go. But I think the cruise control functionality is absolutely fantastic, and I would love to test it on the surface of the planet. So we're currently on the second remote control, this one right here, telling it to go back to the space station itself. So let's just do another time skip, time lapse, whatever it is, back to there. All right, so on the way back, what I might do is I might go into the AI, this one right here, get it to show path, and I'm pretty sure show on HUD. That's the one I want. with show AI functions. It should now actually come up with that actual waypoints now. Fantastic. So it'll hit that GPS, start a timer to get it to transfer over to the AI recorder block, because it needs the ability to know what orientation in comparison to the docking connector is at all times. And that beacon, I'll show you in just a second once this all docks up, that it's underneath and it's within range, etc, etc. So that'll be, could be quite useful for when we do the signal bit in just a second, which will be really quite interesting. You might get a little bit more of a detailed info on this drone. Let me know if you want me to upload it somewhat as is, even with the GPSs in on it, for the fact that it may give you a bit more of an indication on what needs to be done, where, etc. So it hits that AI waypoint right there, and no matter which way you've done it, I've obviously recorded this and placed these waypoints in the reverse function to come on back. So I didn't fly straight in, I actually reversed back, and the AI recorder block has then remembered how I've orientated that drone for it to do that nice and easy. So obviously now it is dumping out all of its goodies. Cargo load, this one here, yep, it's already taken and already out. So let's just go, no, not that one. Let's see if we can go to the inventory. And uranium, there it is right there. So we were able to take 2,000 uranium plus 2,000 plus another 2,000. So you're about 6,000 plus of uranium plus a lot of stone, which is perfectly fine. I might as well just get that out of the way so it's not taking up any more extra space, and that can just pump on through nice and quick. Excellent. And get back to the uranium. Fantastic. So what I want to do is I want to go into this drone with its event controller. The reason why it's all multicolored is because I've got 3 drones here, and the white ones is what I'm currently looking at. This one right here is the one that tells the drone it's full of cargo, and it's going to trigger that RTB timer. So what I need to do is just remove that RTB timer. So I'm gonna remove that and remove that one. So what I might do is get it to disconnect very quickly. Hopefully nothing is going to trigger. That's not timing down, it's off. That's good. I had to check that one, so hopefully it won't fly away on me. And the cargo load, I want it to turn on that RTB timer to make sure that it has the ability for me to do that. And that's really, I even checked. All right, so I'm going to quickly revert the save, and I'll be back in just a sec. And we're back. Cool beans. Yeah, the game file size, if anyone's curious, is just a little bit over a gigabyte in size. So that was about a 2 or 3 minute wait on the loading screen. And before I do that exact same thing to this event controller, I'm just gonna disconnect that. And this sensor is looking specifically for small ships that are, yeah, it's just looking for small ships. Obviously, when it is connected to the connector, it's part of the static grid and no longer actually a small ship, because it's not a dynamic grid that can move. So a static grid is your base and a dynamic grid is your drone itself. And very quickly, before I forget, I turn my jetpack off very quickly. It's just very simple. I've just got a piston on in there, you can see, and it's just some blast doors. The beacon I was talking about is this one right here, and I can just show you it's got a 30,000 meter radius, or 30 kilometer radius. And obviously the, where are ya? That one over there is within 30 kilometers. So that's why the drone is still able to find its orientation of how I placed its waypoints using the beacon underneath it. So now that this isn't going to trigger away by triggering that flee timer, that's exactly what just happened then. I checked to see if this was even working or started. It was off and not started, yet it's still triggered and yeah, had made us do a quick load. So we've lost all the uranium. That's fine. Perfectly happy with that, because now we can check out that signal update. I am super keen to try this one out and get this ongoing. So we need to make sure that is gone and that is gone. So the RTB just needs to go right there, and I'm going to double check. Drill dock fail, that needs to stay there. That's all the lights. That's perfectly fine by me. So I need to get a, what's the name? So I can actually just lock this up and then tell this to trigger. Yeah, I might as well tell it to trigger because it'll take a while to get there. That's perfectly fine. And we know that it does work. There it on goes. And then flicks on out of the sensor range and closes the door nicely for us. Obviously, this is not a pressurized base, and this door works exactly the same. Obviously, it just opens up in the middle. I'll show you just before we do it, and I can delete that. But I want to get this signal up and going. G signal. No. I am actually not too sure where the block is. It might be under the compact antenna as a large grid. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That one. Let me just look for it. Where is it? Here we go. Broadcast controller and an action relay. There they are. Grid automation they're under. So it took me a little second to get there, but I got there. Get rid of that and get rid of that. That one and that one. So this is the action relay. Let's just get one of each. One of them and one of these, which should be this way. I'm guessing that way. Let's have a look at what sort of actions we've got. Owner only. Oh, this is the one that you can send it to the chat. That's right. This is the one that you can send it to the main chat in the bottom left there. So we don't need that one. We can get rid of that. And I do have a teleportation device now, which is just over here. I'm actually going to use it very quickly because it's absolutely awesome. You just place yourself in there and I'll teleport. Give it a couple seconds and boom. We're on the surface of the planet. Awesome sauce. It's a little dark. Hang on, let me just get the sun up because I am the admin. Of course I can do this. Yeah, there's our base. There's the space tower and the space elevator itself. That does actually work. I do need to get some load testing on it, but I don't think that should be too many problems as long as it's balanced. Let's go back in here and let's go back up to the top. And boom, boom. Yeah, I love it. Cool, cool. So this is the thing. Whoa, I need channel 100. Let's just go channel 100. Send signal. And then, yeah. Okay, so I might just do a quick little jump to over here. And, whoa, too fast, Sharpie. Where are you going? Just so we can get this show on the road. Is the drone on its way still? Yeah, it's nearly here actually, so that's actually not too bad timing. So I'll just teleport myself here nice and quick, and we're upside down and all sorts of stuff. So we need to get 7 right there. So yep. Where's the panel? Let's get this. Action relay. Set up actions. I need it to trigger that RTB. Oh. How is it going to transfer it over when it forgets? Interesting. Because obviously it won't show up until it's connected, but then it will only remember once it's connected afterwards. So now it's connected. I've got the ability to do this. Set up action. No. RTB. Start. Yeah, start and on, just to make sure that it does do what I want it to do. So now I changed that to channel 100, I'm pretty sure. And that should be it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fly back out here. Make sure these are full. Inventory. Oh, I need to actually start the drill. That would be rather good. 0.5. See if I can get the drills on. And the piston to reverse. And then the event controller should take back over again once that cargo container gets to 95%. But at the same time, our drone's taking some. It shouldn't trigger automatically like it did last time. It should need the RTB to trigger on back home. So now I just want to guarantee this thing will fill up, and that's another thing I have forgotten, which I don't have anymore. Sorta? No, it was the DIS. Yeah. Disintegrator. I thought so. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay, so where are we? That one, pretty please. Nope. Yep. And then whitelist. Stone. Drain all. So it will then just disintegrate any stone from then on. I need to reverse this very quickly and fix this. That's why I did it in the negative way last time. So I'll let that just twist on out. There we go. Wrong button. These should all be full now. Yep, not exactly with the right stuff, but that's perfectly fine. That should now be fixing itself. I'll just let it kind of go for a couple more seconds. So while that's happening, I'm going to fly on back with the spectator camera and teleport my character down here just to make it quicker. That's why I've got the creative mode tools on, but survival in the game itself. So I only ever build at the moment what I am able to with the resources I currently have. So it's almost pretty much all of them. I think silver and platinum are the last ones that I need to do. And that should be good. I should be able to go boop and reverse that back down again. Now that that's somewhat flat-ish, it should fix itself. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So now these cargo should be full itself. So it's not triggering or anything like that. I'm going to get the camera like this and press F6 to go back to this. And let's just see what happens. I even get this on a, what's the name? Action relay. Send signal, I guess. Yeah. And let's see if this will work. It's on channel 100, the same as the other one, and send signal. Did that do anything? It did. It sent the signal. It worked. It should then go up. I'll spawn my character here, because why not? With my jetpack on. That'd be a great help. Get my lights on, RTB, everything's going as it should. I won't lock to it because it'll just fly on back. That should be really nice. The new signal update is fantastic. Let's just see, because I'm pretty sure that command here is going to be grayed out 100%, but it has remembered it. So when that drone comes back, it should come back for the ability to do so. So I'm going to do a quick jump skip to when I re-trigger the drone to come back here and show you if it gets out of the ghost mode and the ability to trigger itself with that signal again without having to do anything. So yeah, it'll be interesting. And Droney McDrone is already on the way. If it doesn't get attacked or anything like that on the way through, I don't know. Here it is. It's got plenty of time. Plenty of space here. It's got some good space. Trying to match the speed to it almost. There she is. What? Alright, see you in a sec. Oh, also another good thing about having a space base just on the edge of gravity. So if I just go down here, that's gravity. I am now not in gravity at all. I'm in space. So yeah, that GPS marker right there means that as soon as any enemies tried to go after this specific grid, they hit the gravity trying to slow down, and they just can't fight it. So they just fall and fall and fall and fall and fall, which is probably why the grid cleanup was such a pain in the butt for me to do just before this episode. I cut down like 400 megabytes just in the game file size from the amount of debris specifically on these enemies, which these guns I have not seen shoot once. They're just really a formality just in case, and just before I realized that's what happened. Interesting, I know. All right, getting back to where we were. See you in a sec. All right, time for the second retrigger. Start. And away we go. Once again, let's go see if this works to be re-triggered with this signal update once this drone connects back to that drill platform. And then it'll go straight towards it, where the AI recorder or basic fights it too much, and it like kind of spins around on the spot strangely, where the remote block is just a lot more stable. Cool. As you can see, it like hits it dead on. Boom. So I'm gonna let that figure its own thing out, and I'm gonna go quickly down here. Everything's paused up like it should because this is full. It is pretty darn full. That's fantastic. And I'm going to quickly jam on in here. Set up actions. They're both still ghosted out. Let's see, once this drone connects, if it will allow me to do that. Oh no. Okay, yep. It just had to hit that GPS once more for it to actually trigger that timer. So it must have just missed the GPS as it's on precision mode. No collision avoidance can be on these drones ever, for the fact that it just does not work as intended, or at least not like it used to. Just not functional anymore, really. And lock. And lock. Thank you. I don't know why it didn't do that. That was quite strange. But yeah, now that's locked. That's good. That's done. That shouldn't have any problems. Is on. It's not started. Yep, cool. I probably just skipped a timer or whatever it was. That was on like a 5 second timer, and they're both back again. So I should now not touch anything. Come on back to this and just spawn myself there. Come on down here and send the signal once more on channel 100. That should trigger it all up automatically. Or at least it should have. Oh, that's right. I am waiting for it to fill. I think this will be interesting. This is what I'll be most likely doing off camera to test further with this signal update. So what is this waiting on? I keep doing that to go to the inventory and I keep forgetting. How about now? Yeah. Now it's taking it. There we go. So the sorters and all that, it must have missed a trigger timer, but that's just what it is with drones, especially with how complex this drone really is. There is so many things for it to go wrong. Like, look at all of that. Oh, what's going on? Something didn't sound good. Oh yeah, here we go. Here we go. So I should be able to just get RTB. Trigger that. Can you go? Yep. All right, let's see if we can hightail it out of here, and let's just see if there's cruise control. I don't think I'll actually get there fast enough because there's two of them. Oh man, they're gonna do a lot of damage. It's still going. It's still going. I'm still alive somehow. Oh, they have rockets. That's not good. Hopefully they're targeting us and not my base. Hopefully they'll follow us. Ooh. Suppression field Titan. Uh-oh. At least this somewhat may have the ability. No, maybe not. I think this drone is screwed. Oh no, it has actually triggered because it took damage. It's triggered a flee function, which is still tied to the surface of the base. So it is actually currently on its way to the surface of the planet, where the rear of my base from a previous season. It'll go through the tunnel, dock on into a specific connector, and actually repair itself, since it's automatically turned its own blueprint of a certain exact copy of itself. But as you see, it hit the high speed of 100, and the rest of the drones, being on the AI blocks themselves, are just not able to keep up with it. So this is actually a really good thing. The only problem is, obviously, it's got two thrusters to at least try and slow it down. Whether they're connected or not, I have no idea. That's just the way it is. That's the way the cookie crumbles. And how did this fare, being in here? Did this get destroyed in any way, shape, or form? No, but that reverse that bit might be nice, and to turn it on, because it turns... Oh no, that's good. It is coming up ever so slowly. I might actually just get that on reverse. Oh, okay. That's okay. Now it should fix it. Excellent. Now, good. Cool bananas. It did a little bit of damage, but overall, not too bad. It kind of protected it, being this massive chunk of voxels right here. Really protected it, actually. So if you think I've kind of missed anything, or you think I can improve the drone or get more functions in on it, whatever it may be, make sure you comment below, because I reply to any and all comments, no matter how silly or criticizing they may be. I take it all as constructive criticism, and I try and put them and implement them in all the videos that I show you. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Until then, share with a friend. Stay sharp till next time, as always. Thanks for watching. See ya.